How we doing? I'm Tom Prince with Western New York Athletics, and I'm coming to you live from Asheboro, North Carolina, where we're going to get the chance to see the Hamburg Post take on the Randolph Post 45, the home team. The home team right field out on the field joined. We're going to right now give the starting lineup for the Hamburg Post, and then we'll also talk about what school they're actually out there representing right now.
Okay. All right, leading off for Hamburg is Joe Roward. He's playing second base.
Joey comes from Orchard Park. And like Don said, second baseman, your leadoff batter, and the man who actually had the game-winning hit to get them down here to North Carolina.
That's correct. It was a big hit. All right, batting second for Hamburg is Hitch Edwards. He's playing left field. He's actually coming back after being off for the last 4 weeks with an injury.
Hitch, known for his wheels. Boy, this kid's got wheels. It's going to be nice to see another outfielder out there with but definitely a huge addition. Comes off a major injury. That great to see him back in the lineup.
Yeah,
representing St. Francis.
Yes, sir. He batted .561 this.
Wow, .561. Look at that.
Okay, batting third is our shortstop, Zach Evans.
Zach Evans coming from lower. Boy, had defensively he's huge at shortstop for them, but also the guy who comes in 5 innings of relief ball against Rockland County also to help get them here and be able to preserve a victory.
Yeah, Zach was a guy that even at school this year, we didn't really utilize him as much as a pitcher as we should have, and he stepped into some big spots for us, none bigger than that championship game.
No doubt about it.
All right, batting fourth is someone who you're probably familiar with, Jordan Prince, the right fielder.
So Jordan representing Orchard Park. Also will be going to Eastern Connecticut this year. So Eastern Connecticut getting the chance to see him actually play out in the field and said, boy, we didn't know we were getting a fielder and a pitcher out there.
Yeah, he had a great tournament for us, obviously, down in Utica. He was, obviously, he was basically the slugger of the tournament. He had a great catch in right field, as everybody probably saw.
That catch was unbelievable. Even as a dad, I won't lie. Wow, when you saw him going to the fence, yeah. Unbelievable. And it's great that the news actually got the clip so everybody was able to see it.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. He skinned his arm right from his elbow right up to his wrist, but he never wavered. He went right after it.
That's awesome.
Okay,
Ryan Smith from Maryville, right? Injured during the season, didn't have as well as he wanted in the high school season just because of an injury. But boy, what an addition to this team. You're talking about another kid who can easily play shortstop, going to the third base position, and
he was made a diving stop up the middle, stopped the ball, but
hitter from St. Francis. Boy, I'm telling you, Jake's bad with his bat.
Threw big, especially in that first game, Main and well. He had two shots that scored 2 runs for us, had 2 of our 3 RBIs.
Jake also coming from Orchard Park. Jake is a kid who can play anywhere in the outfield. Boy, you want this kid on any team that you got. You want to talk about a team player, this is it. And I'll tell you, he could play any position on the field. Boy, I love having this kid on a team. This is a kid you want every single day of the week as part of your team.
Yeah, early in the season, he was very, very hot. He was white hot with the bat. He's, he cooled a little bit in the middle, but he's picked it up. He's had
compliments I ever heard is when you heard that he first played center field for the team. I know Coach Szymanski came out and said, this kid will run down anything in the outfield. I love this kid out there. And he's actually gone out there and showed it. This is your kid, but you've heard me talk about him all season. Another kid you want in this lineup, has been big, also with some huge hits. Let's look at the 1-0 game. He doesn't have that triple. That's still maybe 0-0, still going into extra innings. He's come up huge with the bat. And listen, no matter what, if he has a chance to go to the mound, dang well he is going to be dangerous if he gets a chance to go to the mound.
Yeah, he was basically just played defense and hit in the first in the series in Utica. Also, it's a little bit of a different injury, but he can throw and he can hit. So he's out there to help the team any way he can. And, yes, he did have a great tournament hitting. He was the second leading hitter on the team down in Utica. And finally, our catcher batting ninth, Spencer Quillos.
Spencer from Lakeshore. And, again, huge behind the plate he's been defensively. But I'm going to tell you, his bat has also come along. Big key to be able to make that 1-0 game. Spencer's been huge with his bat as of late also. Yeah,
Spencer, he's a kid that's year after year after year has been the best hitter on our team since the time He's been 12 years old. This year he had a little bit of slump this year, but like you said, the last couple of weeks he has just come alive with the bat. And, while he's going to be only going 1 for 4, like that, he's been picking spots where he gets his hits. And like you said, that game in Utica, the championship game, which was kind of funny because he got caught in a rundown. It made it kind of a bonehead base running play, but it ended up working out for us because it allowed the tying run to score.
Sometimes they work out in your favor, right?
Yeah.
So, Don, let's also talk about the guys that
are probably the MVP of the tournament for us in Utica was Taylor Vogel. He's a relief pitcher, also started one of the biggest games of the season for us.
Taylor was in that 1-0 victory. It was unbelievable. He's not only did it as a starter, he's done it as a reliever. He can play any role for you. He's been huge on the mound. There's no doubt about it. Very, very excited to see what he's going to bring for this tournament because he's going to bring an impact sometime in one of these games.
Absolutely. He was great for us this year. Also, Peyton Consigli, he was not here for the...
So also a St. Francis kid right now. Sophomore is where he is, if I'm correct, going to be going to his junior year.
That's correct.
This is another huge addition, and he can also go to the mound and help you on the mound.
Yeah, he pitched a couple of great games for us this year. We didn't really utilize him as a pitcher as much as we probably should have, but, yep. Also on the bench, we have Tom Fermansky, Albion kid.
Hey, listen, if you don't know Tom Fermansky right now, you aren't watching high school baseball because this is an unbelievable stud. You're going to see him come to the mound at one point in this game. You're going to see him in the outfield. You're going to see him at third base. You're going to see him all over the point at one time. You're going to see him come into this game as a hitter. Watch this kid. He's going to make an impact in this game. He's been huge in Western New York, and I'm going to tell you right now, watch, because he'll make an impact somewhere.
Absolutely. Oh, I neglected to mention our starting pitcher for the game today is Connor Desiderio, lefty out of Maryvale.
So, Connor, unbelievable what he's done for you so far. He seems to go every single time, 5-6 innings straight, give you strong innings. A lot of lefties
starting for them today on the. So, okay, we also have Peyton Kellner on the bench today for us.
Peyton, also a pitcher coming to you from St. Francis, one of their pitchers, and absolutely he played some relief roles while we were at the state tournament. He's somebody who can absolutely give you different speeds, different looks, different pitches, and will be an asset to you on the mound somewhere in this tournament.
Yeah, he has a great off speed and great curveball, which greatly helped us in that tournament in Utica. We also have Mike Heilig.
Mike also coming to you from St. Francis. Mike also, big pitcher, pitched for you in the state tournament with a big win for him in the state tournament. Again, another St. Francis pitcher, another St. Francis person to bring to them. Boy, they've really been.
He started some games for Franny's during the school year, but he stepped a big role and he filled it.
No doubt about it.
All right, also on the bench today, we have John Canizero.
So, Jace, a couple spots where you'll actually get a chance to see him play a role in this game, especially with his bat and his defense.
That's correct.
Mike Hartman, most of you know from St. Francis, unbelievable pitcher. He's been there all along. I'm telling you, if you get this lefty and he's on, he could be lights out. It could be a number one starting pitcher for you if his stuff is on. When his stuff is on, he is unbelievable to watch out on the mound.
Yeah, Mike's played some big roles for us over the years. He's been on our team for like 3 years now or 4 years now, and he stepped in and he's done the job and whatever he's been asked to do, whether it's been relief, whether it's been starting. Of course, he had the perfect game this year against Bishop Timon, so we know what he's capable of. And the last player we have on the bench is Alex Zimian.
Alex Zimian also coming to you from St. Francis. What Alex Zimian is, he is an asset for you anywhere on the field. He can also bring a bat to the lineup. He's also a lefty bat that will come to the plate. That could be a huge spot when you've got to change as far as a team All-Western New York. So he's absolutely a game player.
Actually, he was first team All-Western New York.
I said that. First team All-Western New York, third team All-Western New York Athletics.
That's right. That's correct. Yes, he was. He's he stepped into some big spots this year. He started at times. He did a good game. We've done a lot of scouting of this team that we're playing. So they been in the World Series the last 2 years representing the Southeast region. This year, this has changed now. This is now the Mid-Atlantic region, so they're still hosting. But there has been a change, and last year they're the Southeast champion the last 2 years running.
Yep, that's what we had heard. When I got a chance to talk to the tournament director, he said this is the first year they've ever played in the Mid-Atlantic division. So it is a little bit new to them exactly what kind of competition and what they're going to see here. But they were very, very excited. Field beautiful. You've got the dimensions, 323 down left, 400 dead center, 336 down the right yard, one right over the 400-foot fence. There's some hitters here. You wonder if the heat, the humidity is going to help the ball travel today, which could be a big difference in this game. Left field, though, there is a difference there. I don't want to call it the green monster, but it is a much higher fence. So that 323 does become a little bit more because you've got to get it over that fence.
Yeah, they have a 16-foot high fence out there in left field. Like you said, a couple of balls hit over in the first games today. One to dead center, one just to the right of dead center, and a couple were hit over to right. So we'll see what happens. We're expecting a good game.
There's no doubt. Don, I know you got I appreciate you come joining us for the early kind of pregame stuff. Hopefully we'll get a chance to have much more games together and we can make this a tradition each game before we go.
You got it right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Don.
All right, bye-bye.
And then what I'm going to also do now is give you the starting lineups for your home team, the Randolph Post. Center fielder, batting third, number 12, Spencer Lanier, the first baseman. Batting fourth, Austin Curry, the catcher. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Easton Morgan.
Number 13, Mike Healy.
Batting sixth,
Number 19,
Blake Marsh, the right
John
fielder.
Cantizero. Number 22, Mike Hartman. And number 26, Alex Zimian.
So I'm going to let you guys hear the starting lineups for your team.
Leading off and playing second base, number 8, Joseph Roward. Batting second and playing left field, number 4, Hitch Edwards. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 2, Zach Evans. Batting cleanup for New York and playing right field, number 25, Jordan Prince. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 5, Ryan Smith. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 17, Jake Samansky. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 3, Jake Gorotsky. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 24, Nate Lockwood. Batting ninth and catching, number 23, Spencer Quillos. And pitching for New York, number 15, Connor Desiderio.
And there you have it. There's your starting lineups for Hamburg. Now they're going to bring out the starting lineups for Randolph Post 45.
The assistant coaches are Andrew Connor, Ethan Marsh, and Ryan Hill. The reserves for Post 45. Number 2, Matthew Brewer. Number 7, Cameron Fordham. Number 8, Hunter Hill. Number 9, Chris Harden. Number 14, Dawson Davis. Number 17, Levi King. Number 18, Bryson Hamlet. And number 23, Travis Winslow. The starting lineup for Post 45, leading off and playing second base, number 10, Harris Jackson. Batting second and playing center field, number 4, Trevor Marsh. Batting third and playing first base, number 12, Spencer Lanier. Batting cleanup for Post 45 and catching, number 1, Austin Curry. Batting fifth and playing shortstop. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 5, Blake Marsh. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 6, Kobe Hammer. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 20, Troy Kinney. Batting ninth and playing left field, number 3, Tatum Marsh. And on the mound for Post 45, number 22, Braxton Davis. The umpires for tonight's game at home plate, Jim Clayton. At first base, Mark Mayo. And at third base, Dave Binder. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the code of sportsmanship will be read.
Please repeat after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body.
as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
That's your starting lineups right there. That's also your national anthem. The pledge from the Legions. It looks like what's all left now is to play ball. So you're going to see Randolph Post take the field. And again, what you'll see is the Hamburg Post will be your visiting team for game one, where Joe Roward, representing Orchard Park within the Hamburg Post, will be your leadoff batter. Pitch for the Randolph Post will be Braxton Davis, number 22, right-hand pitcher. And he's actually in the process of taking some warm-ups right now. So you're going to see what the Hamburg Post will actually bring you will be players from Maryvale, from Orchard Park, from Lakeshore, from St. Francis, and from Albion. So you're representing pretty much 5 different schools in the Western New York area out here representing themselves at the regional tournament. The teams that will be here at the regional tournament, you've got the Canal Post from Delaware, out of Milton, Delaware. You've got from Maryland, the Funkstown Post, the Maryland champions out of Funkstown, Maryland. You have the Brooklawn Post from Brooklawn, New Jersey, the New Jersey champion. Of course, Hamburg Post, your New York champion from Hamburg. Your Randolph County Post 45, the North Carolina host team here from Asheboro, North Carolina. You also have the Wilmington Post from Wilmington, North Carolina, the North Carolina champion. You have the Vienna Post 180 from the Virginia champion from Vienna, Virginia. And then the Morgantown Post 2, the West Virginia champion from Morgantown, West Virginia. And those are your teams right now that will be representing everybody here in the tournament. So you've got 8 teams that are here representing different regions that are trying to get the Mid-Atlantic region champion and be able to go to the World Series. The World Series will be held out in Cary, North Carolina, where all these teams are vying for a bid to the World Series. For those of you who have seen, there's been a lot of posts and things on that. They will actually be putting those games on ESPN. ESPNU and ESPN3 are 2 different environments that will be putting those games on. So again, these teams are definitely vying for a big spot in the future. So we're ready to start. First pitch off, the leadoff batter, Joe Roward. And Joe takes strike 1. Pitch, foul ball. So the count goes to 0-2 right now. 0 balls, 2 strikes on the second baseman, Joe Roward. Again, you heard it before. Joe Roward was the one with the big hit in the state final. Base, ground out to the pitcher, first out of the game. Hit hard, but it's exactly what you want to do. You want to come out hitting the ball hard. And again, that gets by the pitcher. That's something that could go right up the middle. So good start, at least as far as seeing what the pitcher is going to bring to the plate for Hamburg Post. Next up, the left fielder, Hitch Edwards. Ball 1 low to Hitch. Hitch goes a ground ball to the first baseman. He bobbles it. He's safe at first base. And Hamburg gets their first runner on board. So with 1 out, runner on first, next to bat, your shortstop from Lakeshore, Zach Evans.
The shortstop, number 2, Zach Evans.
Zach takes a first pitch strike. Strike 1, runner on first, 1 out, 0-1 count. Ball outside. Got to count 1 ball, 1 strike on the shortstop, Zach Evans. Hitch Edwards was a lot of speed over at first base, too. Pickoff move, safe over at first base. Zach Evans, your number 3 batter for Hamburg. Doubles them off. They get out of the first. One of those plays in baseball that just goes against you. So we have 3 up, 3 down for Hamburg. As they get ready to take the field, we'll give you your position. They well ahead as Hamburg Post takes the field. So Braxton Davis, the pitcher for the Randolph Post, 9 pitches in the first inning, 9 pitches. So that pitch count is definitely low right now and did exactly what he needed to do. So your defensive right now for the Hamburg Post, going to the mound, your Maryvale pitcher, Connor Desiderio. Catching from Lakeshore, Spencer Quilos. Over at third base is Ryan Smith representing Maryvale. Your shortstop, as we just batted last, Zach Evans from Lakeshore. Your second baseman representing Orchard Park, Joey Roward. Your first baseman representing Lakeshore, Nate Lockwood. Your left fielder representing St. Francis, Hitch Edwards. Your center fielder representing Orchard Park, Jake Goronsky. And your right fielder also representing Orchard Park, Jordan Prince. And that's your defensive lineup right now for the Hamburg Post. So right now, we go to the bottom of the first. So coming to bat for Randolph Post, the second Jackson will lead off for the Randolph Post. So Connor gets ready, deals first pitch. Outside, ball 1. Just on the outside corner there. Just missed, ball 1. Ball 2. And the inside corner. Foul ball. Count goes 2-2 on your leadoff batter. Again, pitching from Maryvale, Connor Desiderio. Jackson leads off with a base hit. So runner on first, nobody out. Next at bat, number 4, your center fielder, Trevor Marsh. Ball outside. Count 1-0 to start off. Beautiful field. Upwards of 2,000 fans to come watch some of the games on Friday, especially in the winners bracket championship. They could be there. So it's going to be fun to watch as this tournament progresses. I guess the crowds will get bigger and bigger, especially as they see teams wanting to advance. So outside, second ball, 2 balls, no strikes. Ball low, 3 balls, no strikes to the second batter, Trevor Marsh. Marsh walks on 4 pitches, 4 balls. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Brings up their number 3 batter, number 12, Spencer Lanier.
The first baseman, number 12, Spencer Lanier.
And there's a strike right there. Brings his first strike, first pitch strike. No balls, 1 strike to the third batter. Popped up. Looks like to the third baseman, Ryan Smith. And batter is out. So there's your first batter out. So we have runners on first and second, 1 out. Brings up your cleanup batter, your catcher, Austin Curry. So ball inside, low. Count goes 1 ball, no strikes. You can see Connor, what he's doing is he's absolutely playing with the corners of the plate, trying to get a feel of what he's going to get for the corners. So you can see him working both sides of the plate. Foul ball. Runners will have to go back. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on first and second. And you have your cleanoff batter, Austin Curry, up to bat. So always, I'll tell you, as a coach, as a parent, as a spectator, your first game in any tournament is always one of your biggest games. You want to make sure that you get off to a fast start and not put yourself in a hole right outside of a tournament. So both of these teams will tell you right now, this is their biggest game, game 1. To the pitch, Connor Desiderio will deliver. Strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the cleanup batter, Austin Curry. Steps off. A ball to the right fielder. He's coming on. Jordan makes the catch, gets the ball in. We now have 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Brings up the number 5 batter, Easton Morgan, your shortstop representing the local team, Randolph Post. Connor delivers. Outside, 1 ball, 0 strikes. Ball inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Ball a little bit high. 3 balls. Ball 4. Walks him on 4 pitches right there. So right now we've got him at bases loaded. Is loaded, 2 outs. The batter, your right fielder, Blake Marsh, number 5. Ball outside. Ball just outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Got nowhere to put this batter. So we're going to make Marsh your right fielder. Pitch to first run. So right now you've got the Randolph Post takes a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first.
The designated hitter, number 6, Kobe Hammer.
So up now, your designated hitter, number 6, Kobe Hammer right now up to bat. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a 1-0 lead for the local Randolph Post. And there's your first pitch strike. Strike 1. Just outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. So you've got right now 2 balls, 1 strike on your designated hitter, Colby Hammer. Pitch, ground ball, foul ball to the first baseman, Nate Lockwood. So evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right now you have a 1-0 lead, Randolph Post in the first inning. Reaches all, ground ball to the second baseman, over to first, gets him out. We're out of the inning right now. 1 hit for Randolph Post with multiple walks, which gives the Randolph Post a 1-0 lead in the first inning, which then will bring up right now for the Hamburg Post your next 3 batters. Jordan Prince, your right fielder, Ryan Smith, your third baseman, and Jake Szymanski, your designated hitter, will be your next 3 batters up to bat for the Hamburg Post team. So right now, really what you've just seen is Connor's just missing those outside corners and absolutely trying to hit his spots and trying to nibble on the outside corner a little bit, which is what I think you saw as far as what he was trying to do the first inning. So right now, as though it's big about throwing strikes right now. We've got to make sure that we're not walking people. They'll tell you the walks are the worst thing for a pitcher, an enemy for the pitcher. But you'll see is that's exactly where we started off for the first inning. 9 pitches were thrown for Braxton Davis, your pitcher for the Randolph Post. So absolutely very effective, throwing strikes right out of the gate. So you can see is he definitely was big pitch strike. Couple ground balls is what you saw. Actually, you saw 1 ground ball, Joey Roward come out. Zach Evans, after a walk or after an error by Hitch Evans, gets on by an error by the first baseman. Then you had Zach Evans lace a line drive to the second baseman and unfortunately doubled off Hitch Edwards. Literally, as the line drive went to second base, I don't know if there's much Hitch could do just from his leadoff alone. Was going to be tough even just to get back. So, but we go to the top of the second, 1-0 for Randolph Post. Your cleanup batter, number 25, Jordan Prince. So Braxton steps on the mound and ready to deliver his first pitch. So ball's low, ball 1, 1-0 to Jordan. Low again, 2 balls, no strikes to the right fielder. Cleanup batter, number 25, Jordan Prince. Ball 3 low. So 3 balls, no strikes to the number 4 batter. The pitch. Jordan walks on 4 consecutive pitches. So Jordan gets your leadoff batter on. Leadoff batter at first base right now for Hamburg.
The third baseman, number 5, Ryan Smith.
Right now, your designated hitter from St. Francis, Jake Szymanski. Again, 2 balls, no strikes right now to Jake. That's 6 straight balls by your pitcher, Braxton. Braxton Davis comes out with 6 straight balls after a 9-pitch first inning. Yeah, I apologize. Up to bat was Ryan Smith. I apologize for that. Ryan Smith has taken 2 balls. Ryan Smith, your third baseman from Maryvale. Again, 3 balls, no strikes right now. That's 7 straight balls that Hamburg has right now seen. Strike 1. There's your first strike right there. So 3 balls, 1 strike to your third baseman, Ryan Smith from Maryvale. Swing and a miss. We now have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to your third baseman. There's a ball inside. So your second walk right now. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Now we bring up your designated hitter, Jack Szymanski, representing St. Francis. Another hot bat brings up to the plate.
Hitter, number 17, Jake Szymanski.
So looks like went to a bunt, pulled back, ball 1. So we've got ball 1. Right now, you'd think right now, the thought process right now, what he was doing, if he bunts him, he's looking to move the runners over on second and third to put them in scoring position. Infield is in right now. The bunt comes down, misses it. Strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike right now to the designated hitter. So the infield's creeping in. The first baseman's creeping in again. They're looking for another bunt right now, the defense. He squares around, misses the bunt, throw down to first base. Safe over at first. Now ball, 2 strikes. And we now you're going to see him have to swing away. The defense will move back right here right now. That's a foul ball right now over to the third base coach. Almost makes a play right there. So now you've still got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, though, right now. And a hot batter in Jake Szymanski up to bat representing St. Francis. That's a high pitch ball. Glove come up above the belt there. Next pitch. Low and outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Definitely they're looking for a wider zone here. The ump's been pretty consistent. He's got a tight zone right now. And there's a base hit right there. Zemanski stays hot right now with his bat. A single right up the middle to the center fielder. Jordan had to hold up. Jordan Prince was running from second to third, held up, making sure that ball did not get caught. So now you've got bases loaded, nobody out. Your center fielder representing Orchard Park, Jake Goronski.
The center fielder, number 3, Jake Goronski.
So big spot here from Hamburg. Bases loaded, nobody out. You've got to get your people aboard scoring here. 3 big hitters that are coming up that have been hot for you in this tournament so far. Low ball 1. So we've evened up the hits now. Both Hamburg Post and Randolph Post both with 1 hit. Low outside, 2 balls, no strikes. You can see it. And listen, I think the one thing that you're going to look from an umpire anytime out there is consistency, that you're looking for the zone to be consistent. Whatever the zone may be, is that it's a consistent zone. And it's exactly what you're seeing from Blue behind the plate. He's got a very tight zone, but it's been consistent. He has not called the outside corners at all. Just off the plate, he's making you throw the ball over the plate and not being able to nibble off outside the plate, the corners, or low or high. You've got to hit that small box to be able to get your strike zone in there. So it's a hot one. It actually hit 90 degrees down here in North Carolina. And I'll tell you, the Hamburg Post kids, not used to the 90-degree heat. So them playing tonight under this environment right now, probably much better for them. Just it's a lot cooler than it was during the day because it was a scorcher out there today. So back to the pitch. Braxton's ready to go. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. And your batter, the center fielder, Jake Goronski. Low pitch, 3 balls, no strikes. And there's ball 4, walks in his first run. So now you've got your first run of the game. Jordan Prince from Orchard Park scores the first run of the game. We now have bases loaded still, nobody out, a 1-1 game. I'll tell you right now, one thing a lot of coaches will also talk about doing at this point is you talk about possibly taking your first pitch, taking a strike, doing things because the zone is so tight, making the pitch counts try to get up as high as you can. That's one thing that coaches will look to do when you see a tight zone. But there, well, first ball, the curveball that comes in, drops in for a strike on Nate Lockwood. Right now, up to bat is the number 24 batter, your first baseman, Nate Lockwood from Lakeshore. Swing and a miss. Count goes 0-2. You also see right now the Randolph Post, also their bullpen getting very active right now. In their bullpen right now, it looks like number 2, Matthew Brewer, is warming up over in the Randolph Post bullpen. Oh, he almost pulled the trigger on that one. So, but he didn't. So you've got 1 ball, 2. Definitely some grumblings here in the crowd. Remember, this is your local team, so this has got a lot of people here that represent the local team, and that's a swing and a miss. So there's your first out so far of the inning. Nate Lockwood strikes out for the first out of the inning, which brings up your catcher, also representing Lakeshore, Spencer Quilos. Spencer also another one who's been real hot with the bat, some key hits and key places, and no one bigger than this right now. He calls a strike. So we've got no balls, 1 strike right now. No balls, 1 strike. To count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, any hit right now is going to be big. With bases loaded, Braxton had a little trouble to start off. Literally threw 7 straight balls to the first 2 batters, then started finding the zone a little bit. Jake Szymanski with a big hit to load up the bases. And now we bring us up to our number 9 batter, Spencer Quilos. Spencer right now just took ball high. Low down in the dirt with a bounce. Brings the count 2 balls, 2 strikes to Spencer. Only to try to do is stay out of the double play. Spencer fouls that one back. So Spencer Quilos right now keeping the count right now, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. The pitch, Braxton gets set. The pitch. Another foul ball by Quilos. Great at bat right here. Braxton steps off. So again, with the count 2-2 right now, number 23, your catcher, Spencer Quilos from Lakeshore. The pitch, low. We got a full count again right now. 3 balls, 1 out. Spencer again up in a big spot right now. The pitch. Ball goes up the middle to the shortstop. And they actually, right now, Spencer grounds to the shortstop, double play. They get out of the inning. They got out of the inning with 1 hit right now. They did exactly what Randolph posted the opposite way. 1 hit, couple of big walks right in there, and that's how they score their first run. So we go to the bottom of the with a tie ball game. Hamburg post 1, Randolph post 1. Coming up for Hamburg in the bottom of the second, they will go back to the top of the lineup where they'll be led off by Joey Roward.
That vehicle must be moved. A silver Grand Cherokee blocking the gate.
Come out for a second inning right now. So I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a lot on the pitching staffs. It's going to be a lot on the hitters. You're going to need to win this game hitting the balls that are going to come right down this pipe. Because of the small zone, you're not going to have a lot of movement. So you've got to make sure that you're throwing strikes and make your hitters beat you with the bat. So both teams will have to come up big with their bats in order to win this game right now. So early on, we've got a 1-1 ball game. So we throw down the pitch. We're ready to start the bottom of the second. And coming up for Randolph Post is your third baseman, number 20, Troy Kinney. Your 8th batter right now will come up.
Leading off for Post 45 in the bottom of the second inning, the third baseman, number 20, Troy Kinney.
And there's strike 1. First pitch strike. Tell you, the crowd's not happy. They don't think they're getting the zone both ways right there. Ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike right now to the third baseman, number 20, Troy Kinney. Connor delivers the pitch. Foul ball, outside corner, back over the press box here. So Connor comes out with 1 ball, 2 strikes to the third baseman, number 20, Troy Kinney. Connor delivers a little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got a 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the second. Connor delivers, ground ball up towards the middle. Joey Roward bobbles it and unfortunately gets on. Number 20 gets on with an error by the second baseman. So right now we've got runner on first, nobody out. Brings up your left fielder, number 3, Tatum Marsh. That's an outside. Looks like Tatum right now squared around to bunt what he was doing. He's looking to bunt that runner over and put him in scoring position to bring the top of their lineup up. So 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Ball high and inside. So Coach Marty Zemansky is going to call timeout and come out a little bit also. So right now we've got runner on first, nobody out. Your number 9 batter, Tatum Marsh, your left fielder for the local team, the Randolph Post. So it looks like Coach Szymanski's had his talk to pitcher Connor Desiderio, also giving some instructions to his catcher, Spencer Quilos. Now we'll see what happens. What they discuss? And we go back out. Connor's ready to throw. And there's a strike on the outside corner. So it looks like he told him, hey, listen, we need the strikes right now there. If he's going to bunt, let him bunt. Give us the out. See what happens from there. But we've got right now 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch fouls it off. So now we go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right now on the left fielder, Tatum Marsh. Connor settles in, looks in, gets a sign. The pitch. Ground ball right. Oh, what a play almost there by your third baseman. Your third baseman there, Ryan Smith, lays out for the ball. Comes off the tip of his glove, bounces over to the shortstop. Great play, though. Great effort by the third baseman. Big hit there by Tatum Marsh. So right now you've got runners on first and second, nobody out. Brings it back to the top of the lineup. And now you've got your second baseman, number 10, Harris Jackson, up to bat. Connor delivers the first pitch strike. No balls, 1 strike right there. That one's low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we're in the bottom of the second here. The pitch, foul ball right now, over to the home team dugout, bounces off the screen. So now you've got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Connor steps off the rubber, back on. The pitch, strike 3. Inside corner for a strike. Connor gets a strikeout right there. Now you've got runners on first and second, 1 out. Brings up your number 2 batter, your center fielder, number 4, Trevor Marsh, up to bat. Connor looks in for a sign, comes to a set. The pitch. That's a line drive hit to your right fielder. Jordan Prince comes up throwing, hits his cut. They hold him up. So doesn't score the runner right now. They actually keep the runner at third base. So now you've got bases loaded, 1 out. Brings up the number 3 batter, your first baseman, Spencer Lanier. Spencer popped up to the third baseman his last at bat. Connor looks in for the pitch. Delivers outside. Spencer Quilos with a great stop right there to stop the pass ball. You do not want to pass ball at this point to get a run in that way. So Spencer stop right there. Brings 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Almost same position that Hamburg was in here. You need that double play ball here. So low balls, 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out to your number 3 batter for the Randolph local post team. Connor delivers. Ground ball finds the hole on the other side right now. They're going to look to score 2. So there's a single right now that scores 2 runs right now in the shortstop third base hole. So now you've got 2 runs are going to score there to give the Randolph Post a 3-1 lead right now. 3-1 lead. Runners now are on second and third. That brings up the number 4 batter, number 1, your catcher, Austin Curry. So the infield's going to play in right now for the Hamburg Post. Connor delivers. Ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes right now. Connor delivers inside. Right now, 2 balls, no strikes. Tell you, like we said earlier, with a tight zone from an umpire just means that the bats need to come alive for you to win the ball game. And right now, the Randolph Post bats are just finding holes right now. Nothing that's been hit extraordinarily hard, nothing in the gaps, nothing that, just finding the gaps in the infield is what they've been very good at doing right now. You just saw right there, number 1, Austin Curry, the catcher, get hit by pitch. So you've got bases loaded right now, 1 out, and it looks like they're going to go to the bullpen right now. Marty Zemansky comes out to talks to Connor Desiderio, and in to pitch right now will be number 1, Taylor Vogel from St. Francis. We've talked a lot about Taylor in the pregame. Taylor's had an absolute stellar summer as well as a New York State tournament. He had a 0.0 ERA in the New York State tournament with a big 1-0 win over the Saugerties team in the semifinals to get to the championship. Or I apologize, the 1-0 versus the Rockland County team in game 1, which was the semifinals, which in essence was also a championship game because if Rockland County would have won that game, they would have advanced. So you talked about big spot in a big championship game. This kid's come up big all year. And now what Coach Zemansky said is, listen, I need you to get us out of this inning. Keep it where it is because we're going to get our bats alive. We got to get our bats alive to be able to win this ball game anywhere. So Taylor takes his warm-up pitches right now. He's going to actually come out to bases loaded. 1 out. And you're actually going to see the number 5 batter come to the plate. The shortstop, Easton Morgan, will actually come to bat. So, boy, what a great complex here. They've got stands, kind of like a grandstand behind home plate. And I'll tell you, thank God they do because they have these huge fans running in the grandstand. You could see it in the camera right now, I think, the fans to keep things cool right here. They've also got stands on both of the sidelines. They've got, a concession stand, an area to walk in. They also have a minor league team that plays some ball here. They have high schools that play ball here. They have Legion teams that play ball here. Just a great little park here in Asheboro, North Carolina. So we've got our warm-up pitches done. Now, Taylor Vogel's going to get a chance to come in right now. But Taylor Vogel will start off again up to bat. Number 15, the shortstop, Easton Morgan. Taylor delivers. Strike one on the outside corner. Taylor gets set. The pitch. A little bit outside. So brings the count. 1 ball, 1 strike right now. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second inning right now with Randolph post 3, Hamburg post 1. That's a pass ball that we talked about right there. And there's a run right now that'll come in due to outside pitch. Got away. So now we've got a 4-1 ball game. Runners on second and third. 2 balls, 1 strike to the batter. Hamburg Post is going to play in. They're right now playing in to cut the run off at home. That's a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike right now. Walks him. So you had first open after the pitch that went back to the backstop right there. So you had the open base there. You're still going to give yourself right now the double play is back intact. But coming up right now is number 5, Blake Marsh, your right fielder with bases loaded, 1 out. That's low. Ball 1. That's a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. Taylor delivers inside, almost hits him. 2 balls, 1 strike right now. This is a ball hit deep to right field. It's going to be a foul ball, though. But, boy, that went deep up on the hill right there. That's close to almost going out of the ballpark. If that's a fair ball, that was going to be a tough ball to go ahead and keep in the ballpark. So what they call it, a long strike is what they say. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to the right fielder, Blake Marsh. And it looks like the bullpen is warming up a little bit, or at least something's going on over there for Randolph Post. The pitch by Taylor, foul ball off the screen. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Randolph Post is leading 4-1 over Hamburg Post. Taylor delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Brings up the batter. The DH, number 6, Colby Hammer.
Colby Hammer.
Taylor delivers. Inside, called strike. No balls, 1 strike. On the outside, ball, a little bit high outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Right now, Randolph Post leading 4-1 over Hamburg Post. Taylor delivers. Taylor gets set, delivers. Outside corner. Foul ball out of play. Remains the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's strike 3. Curveball right over the heart. Strike 3. But number 1 going to the top of the 3rd.
On 3 hits, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base. The official pitch count for Taylor Vogel is 16. 16.
So Taylor Vogel.
To hear your name called, head over to the Sports Tone tip and spin the wheel. Take home some prizes this evening. Ben Troutman, Andy Hamlet, Joseph Turner, Roger Luther, Eric Hill, Edna Weber, and Thomas Johnson.
So right now, number 22, Braxton Davis, is going to come back out for the 3rd inning. So again, we're going to see Hamburg Post bring the top of the lineup back up. So you're going to see Joey Roward, your second baseman, come back up here in the top of the 3rd inning. I'll tell you, anybody that's been following the Hamburg team all along knows, do not give up on this team. They have come back so many times in so many games that they are going to stay in this game. They are not going to drop the heads. They are not going to give up. I'll tell you, this is a team that battles. This is truly a team concept that has been going on here that is huge. And I really think you're going to see this all the way go to the 7th inning. This will still be a tight game. Watch out, because Hamburg does not give up.
Leading off the 3rd inning for New York, the second baseman, number 8, Joseph Roward.
Pitch at the outside corner, called strike. Curveball a little bit high. So now we've got 1 ball, 1 strike. Another high pitch, a little bit high, gets away. So now we've got the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Braxton takes the pitch low in the dirt, or what would be the dirt. We are playing on a turf field here with a dirt mound, though. So right now you've got 3 balls, 1 strike to the second baseman, Joey Roward, and that's ball low. So ball 4, you got your leadoff runner on, which is exactly what you want to do as far as Hamburg goes. And up now, your left fielder, number 4, Hitch Edwards. Okay, and back goes the Randolph Post, getting their bullpen ready. So the bullpen's getting live again over there for Randolph Post. Ball low. They're going to actually look to see if he went on the pitch to see if the ball crosses the plane of the plate. It doesn't, as the umpire says. So we've got ball 1. The pitch. Again. Now for Ranch is actually going to come out to do a trip to talk to his pitcher. So he's just talking to him. Hey, what's going on? Again, we've talked about this, having to find the zone when you've got a tight zone. What's happening is it's literally is where you've got to throw strikes in. It's going to see which bats are going to be the ones that are going to handle the game, and that's been the difference so far in the game, with 4 hits for Randolph Post and 1 for Hamburg Post. Ball low. 3 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss. Brings the count full right now. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out right now for Hamburg. The pitch. And that's a foul ball down the third baseline. Woo! What a play by the third base coach. Grabs it up, throws it in. Wow. So, again, we'll come back. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On the mound, Braxton Davis for the Randolph Post. They definitely don't like that call here locally. They thought they were going to get a strike there. So now, first and second, nobody out. Your shortstop representing Lakeshore, Zach Evans. This is a key spot right here. You want to make sure that you try to put up some runs, get into the bullpen right here. Also, you want to make sure that you're going in and cutting down that 3-run lead. It's exactly what Hamburg's been doing all year long. But we are going to have a pitch. Is going to come into pitch for Randolph Post right now. And it actually looks like we just had some lightning in the area right now. So they have called off the players off the field right now due to lightning. It is right behind us in the area. I couldn't see it, but now that I look behind us, there is some nasty black clouds that are rolling in right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to then take a break right now. And what we'll do is when they come back on the field, we will go live again. But right now, we've got a weather delay. That weather delay will be right now with nobody out, runners on first and second. We have coming to bat the shortstop, Zach Evans. But again, we